Yes, indeed. Senior X30 taking to the heat. Henry, do you want to quickly whistle through this one?
Yes, I shall indeed. Evan Gilter from France on pole position, followed by Gus Lawrence. Marcus Lucio and Mr. Excitement, Reggie Dewey on row number 2. Wales is Matthew Higgins and Harvey Rivey, who's English, not Irish, on row number 3. JP Slater, who is Irish, he's on row 4 with 2019 British champion Harley Keeble. Then it's Lucas Ellingham and Joe Fowler, Kalai Atkins and Oliver Greetham, Oscar Joyce, Bradley Pennell, UAE's Jamie Day and Scotland's Louis Johnson Coore. Italy's Alvis Rodella shares row number 9 with double British champion Oliver Greeno. Then Thomas Fleming, Harry the Hare Platten, Harry Air Force One, the GP plate holder, defending champion on row 10, alongside Christopher Bingham, Jake Almasawe, Kian Gohill, Lee Whittingham, Rory Cuff, Ruben Byrne and Jude Ferniehow. This year. Here we go. Into the tram lines. Lights are out. Let's go racing. Evan Gilter on his British debut leads them through the Bruno Ferrari S's and under the bridge for the first time.
Cracking start then from the entire grid. They get under the bridge, through the banking. They'll get onto the bridge now, and everyone just slotting into position and finding their place as they exit out down the hill now in towards hairpin number 1. Clear breakaway from the Frenchman Gilter, who leads comfortably as they go into hairpin 1. Gus Lawrence now down into P3 as he's got the company of Marcus Lucio in P2. Gives him a bit of a coming together there. So the number 24 down the inside.
Jamie Day.
Yeah.
Jamie now he doesn't race karts in a little while. He races single seaters. He actually races the British GT Championship now. And
that's probably why he's
his kart isn't quite as wide as his GT car. Harrison Mackie was supposed to be racing this year, but he's not there. So why aren't you racing, Harrison? Hope you're okay. Late withdrawal. Hope you're all right. His brothers Lewis is here mechanicking for somebody. But the end of lap number 1, Evan Gilter from France leads Marcus Lucio, Gus Lawrence, Reggie Dewey, Matthew Higgins, Lucas Ellingham, Harvey Rivey, Harley Keeble, Oliver Greetham and JP Slater. And there's a change. Lawrence now moves past the number 12 kart of Marcus Lucio, and Mr. Excitement going with him as well, the privateer entry of Sir Reginald of Dewey.
Yes, indeed. And these two, well, they've got... They had beef at the last Kartmasters last year, and they made their feelings very well known as Lawrence looks to the inside, and Gilter has to concede the 2 places as Reggie Dewey goes through as well. Now, these two were contending for the GP plate last year, and it's looking like this year it could be the same picture as they go through Bobby Game Corner. 6 minutes to go. It is Gus Lawrence from Reggie Dewey. Evan Gilter still there in P3. But this is, I think, what we're seeing now is a good running of what we're going to see come the GP final on Sunday.
Well, Lawrence and Dewey. Stanley Clark asking, are we allowed to change our predictions? No, I've got yours written down, Mr. Clark. You have to stay as you are. You were brave and put them in early doors. Have faith, son. Have some faith. There's a move.
Lucas Ellingham.
99.
Yeah, Lucas Ellingham going through, a driver who's very well known with the club racing scene, very popular with the Wilton Mill Kart Club scene as well, and showing his stuff here at Kartmasters at PFI and doing well. Now up into P5 as Reggie Dewey down the inside of hairpin 1 almost immediately and immediately defensive. Oh, this is exactly what we saw at Kartmasters last year. Lawrence and Dewey at it all the way through this weekend, and we're going to see it again. Gilter under pressure once again from Matthew Higgins, who's trying to come through. Ellingham still there in P5. Lucio is down into P6, but he's fighting about Harley Keeble. Now, Harley Keeble had a great start off the start finish. Did you see the Birrell kart just blitz out into the middle of the track?
Yes. Now, of course, Evan Gilter, he's finished 3rd in this year's CIK European karting champion for the OK class. It's his Kartmasters debut, and he is being introduced into the level of intensity that Kartmasters has. Now, Oliver Greetham, I'm looking at there, moving up there. So we're seeing the S8 Racing team, Alex Short's team, from Sheffield getting involved. And Gilter is probably thinking, no, this is only heat 1. This is only heat 1. Save it for the final. No. Evan is going to be like this from now until Sunday
dear,
afternoon.
And there's a kart off at the back. Is that Joe Fowler?
That is the number 31 kart of Joe Fowler.
And a 34 kart's off as well.
Joe Fowler and Lee Whittingham, the two classic motorsport.
Ashley Klassen.
Where is she? I think that the two teammates may have had somewhat of a territorial dispute
about the same piece of track.
Yes,
at the same time.
I've got it. Well, on track, Dewey leads Lawrence. Here's a move. Oh, there's the number 224 kart, Kalai Atkins, making a move on the S8 Racing of Oliver Greetham.
Calai Atkins, another driver who has got a potential shot for this weekend.
Absolutely,
because, you know, he has shown real potential this year in the British Kart Championships. You know, he's won several finals this year, so he's a driver who's worth keeping a close eye on.
Now, this Harvey Ryby in the number 71 kart, again, driver doing double duty. He is chasing the number 61 premium karting entry of Louis Johnson Cool. Here we are, back at the lead, going into the Mike Wilson complex on lap number 5. Evan Giltaire has caught back up with Gus Lawrence and Reggie Dewey. Dewey, now that's a Tony Kart bodywork. It's a privateer entry.
Yep.
Tony Kart bodywork, Alonso chassis. And what is that on the circuit that is getting... there was some debris on the circuit. Lots of bits of black plastic. That looked like half a chain guard, possibly.
Yes.
That's come up. There's a marshal running to get some debris off the track a little bit further. There's there's a battery, the kart battery. There it is.
Oh, wow, yeah.
That. Oh my word, those drivers can't see it. There's Kyan Gohill's number 45 kart. So the battery casing...
And a Battenberg flag's come out.
Yeah, Battenberg flag has come out. So the battery casing was what the drivers are running over on the start-finish line. And the battery then parted company coming off the bridge. And you can see... so at the moment, the Battenberg flag comes out. Evan Giltaire needs to slow the field down and act as the pace car. The Trent Valley Kart Club marshals, who I'll say the best in the business, they are putting the fire out. So Giltaire brings the field to a stand. We've got 2 minutes to go. Reggie Dewey was in front when the Battenberg flag called. So Giltaire allows Dewey to close there. I'm not sure if you got action replays during this race, but I mean, a lap ago we had drivers running over some black plastic on the start-finish line, which was obviously the cover for the battery, which fell off. Now, I'm not sure which kart it came off. We've got several at the side of the circuit. We've got Kyan Gohill, Joe Fowler and Lee Whittingham's karts all off track. But again, the Marshals team have got that fire out.
Which is very lucky because the grass here at PFI is impeccably dry.
It is impeccably dry because it's so well manicured. We have been in the midst of somewhat of a heat wave here in the UK. So, time still ticking down. We could have maybe a 1-2 lap maximum sprint to the finish. This time around, we're going to have the green flag back in the air, I believe, with probably 45 seconds ago. So I reckon we're going to have a 2-lap sprint to the finish.
Potentially so. Let's find out. I'm not sure, was that in my ear a potential replay of... Right, okay, so we haven't got it in our ears at the moment, so unfortunate. But yeah, it's the first time I think I've seen that.
Yeah, that's a new one on me, I've got to say. A lot of years commentating on this sport, and that's the first time I've seen that. So it's going to be Dewey, Giltaire, Lawrence, Lucio in the number 12 kart. Behind the top three, then it's going to be Harley Keeble in kart number 21. And then Ellingham, Higgins, Atkins, Sleater, Green, all your top 10. Here we go. Good jump from Reggie Dewey. Through the Bruno Ferrari S's. There's the number 16 kart looking at briefly. That's JP Slater, the red waft racing driver.
Yeah, close company of Calai Atkins just ahead of that one, but back at the front again. Good jump from Dewey. Looks over the shoulder just to check how close it is. Does think to go defensive. Giltaire stays on the line and goes round the outside for the race lead and can't quite do it. Stays in P2. That's going to allow Gus Lawrence to close back up, and again Dewey defensive. Giltaire has to be careful because Lawrence looked down the inside at hairpin 2 there. Now in towards the Fullerton S's, and you've got to be so careful here. Time has strike 0, so he is going to go for the lead, and Dewey's trying everything he can.
France 7 Giltaire.
Yeah.
Reggie Dewey.
Yeah. Welcome to PFI. Here we go. Out of the Mike Wilson complex into the final corner. Last lap board out this time around for Reggie Dewey in Heat 1. It's only Heat 1, guys. It's only Heat 1.
And they're 3 wide across the line.
Whoa.
Almost on the grass. There's Giltaire pushing Dewey at over 70 miles an hour under the bridge. Out onto the banking. Somebody's lost the chain guard going onto the banking. Now it's Dewey, Giltaire and Lawrence coming out of the bridge, down the hill towards the first hairpin. Now Dewey has managed to slow Giltaire down enough so that Giltaire has to defend from Lawrence. Here comes Harley Keeble. Keeble in the number 21 kart at the inside of Gus Lawrence for 3rd. Lucio pushes Lawrence back to 4th position, and Calai Atkins is up to 5th.
There we go. This is great stuff all the way throughout. Again, as the number 12 of Lucio having to go defensive into the Fullerton S's. but Reggie Dewey has got a sizable gap now as they exit Bobby Game Corner and enter the Mike Wilson complex. Giltaire is holding off Keeble. Keeble can't respond. Keeble had a great start to this race, but out the final corner, it's going to be Reggie Dewey who starts the weekend off well here at Kartmasters in 2022 from Giltaire and Keeble.
The rest of the field streaming across the line. Lucio in fourth, Lawrence fifth, Greenall, Slater, Atkins, Greetham, Ryby, Higgins, Fleming and Jamie Day, with Lucas Ellingham and Air Force One Harry Platten in fourth position.
Now, what is that?
It looks like some toilet roll.
Well, someone...
Maybe needed to go mid-race, who knows?
Yeah.
But, okay, question there. AH Racing 59, can I put who I think is going to win the GP plate? Yes. What you need to do, anytime, Mr. Racing, between now and the end of the last race on Saturday...
This is for anyone.
It's for anyone. In the live chat, you put down the 7 GP plate winners. In one post, 7 winners in each class. You can go to motorsports-timing.co.uk for a full entry list if you're not sure. And then you just put your 7 potential winners. We'll tabulate them here, and you've got to try and beat our predictions. Myself, Anthony Jordan, Chris McCarthy have put our predictions in already. We put ours down first because we're supposed to be the experts, so we're supposed to know what we're doing.
We're supposed to be.
You put there. If you, as the viewer with the most correct picks,